Feliz Navidad! Welcome to our Christmas special. Today is
Thursday, December 22nd.
Yay! And we are 3 days away from Christmas. So amazing, guys.
We had a great Christmas surprise yesterday evening.
Oh, yeah.
We got 2 visitors that, well, we were expecting one, but we weren't expecting the other, so it was a long night, and but we're happy.
My brother and my sister decided to surprise us. Well, we knew my sister was coming, but my brother always likes to surprise people, and he just showed up out of the blue. But so that started our Christmas vacation off right, because I am officially on Christmas vacation, guys.
So now it's officially too close to Christmas.
So welcome to episode 15 of the Crochet Cakes podcast. This is the Christmas special, and as I promised, I brought a very, very lovely person with me again today.
Santa's helper, the elf.
And I guess I'm Mrs. Claus? Mrs. Santa Claus, that's what I am.
Miss
Santa Claus.
We don't use Mrs. anymore most of the time, so we just call it Miss.
Well, I'm Miss Santa Claus, and this is Miss Elf. So we hope you enjoyed...
Clarissa from the Crochet Cakes podcast.
Oh,
Crochet
that's
Cakes
right.
On Instagram,
I always forget to do that.
Crochet Cakes on Ravelry.
So as my mom so kindly reminded me, I am your host, Clarissa, and you can find me on all the social medias as Crochet Cakes. I'm most active on Instagram, but I'm trying to really just time myself with Ravelry because I really want to connect with everybody over on Ravelry, because we do have a Ravelry group for this podcast, and if you just search Crochet Cakes podcast in the groups tab on Ravelry, you will find us. Whoop! And who
Inspired Professor on Instagram, inspired_professor on Ravelry, and Clarissa's mom.
You don't want to say a name?
Yes, I do, but later on. It's a special message for somebody.
Alright, so can't be Miss Santa Claus without my hat, and it keeps falling off. We hope you enjoyed the little introduction video today. It was no recipe because, as some of you may or may not know, I've been doing 12 days of Christmas cooking, kind of like my Vlogmas, but just for the last 12 days of Christmas. And that introduction, what was it? Do you want to talk about it?
Well, every year we have a Christmas get-together in one of the houses of one of the professors from the university. And it's a traditional...
Where she works, not where I work.
Yes. It's a traditional activity where we have go outside and cook food on an open stove, and we bring all kinds of foods that have to do with the Christmas spirit. And this occasion, there was we had the surprise of receiving our carolers, our Puerto Rican carolers that come to visit the house, playing the guitars and singing, and they sang several songs for us, and so I just recorded a little of it to share it with you, of how we sing at Christmas.
We don't call that caroling, we call that parranda. So
right.
A parranda is where you go visit people's houses and you surprise them with music, and in exchange they're supposed to give you rum
food
and
drink.
cheese and you know, that just type of fun. But then we also
It usually occurs during the night. It's more traditional. It occurred late at night when you're ready for bed, and all of a sudden you hear music in front of your house, and then you decide, do I turn on the lights or do I leave the lights off? And if you turn the lights on, they caught you and you need to receive them. And
what's that song that goes, prendite la luz, metite la pata, prendite la luz, metite la pata,
porque ahora sabemos que estás en tu casa, porque ahora sabemos que estás en tu casa. And then you need to open the door and
give them coquito, which I shared a recipe for that, and we will be drinking some with you today. Rum, food, basically anything you have that's edible.
And depending on how many other houses they visited, sometimes listen to
they get
some
a bit
not
drunk.
So nice, so nice singing. Yeah. But this singing was nice because it was early during the day.
No rum was involved.
It was the first visit, and so yeah, it was really nice. I hope you enjoyed it.
So we wanted to share some of the finished Christmas recipes that I showed on my Vlogmas with you today. So we're going to be...
Before that. We also wanted to remind you that there is a group opening, a CAL going on at the Ravelry group. What's it called?
The Gift of Giving Christmas Cal, and it's running until the 5th of January, because the 6th of January is when we celebrate Three Kings Day. And Three Kings Day is officially the end of Christmas for us, but not really, because after Three Kings Day we have the Octavitas, which means you're still celebrating 8 days after Christmas. Which
and
is
then
great.
the Octavones, where you have 8 days more after those first 8 days. And
basically, we try to extend Christmas as much as possible. So it goes from the day after Thanksgiving up till basically the end of January, because Christmas is the most wonderful time of the year.
So it'll be about 2 months, 2 whole months from Thanksgiving until about the 24th of January. So, so you're still in time to get your handmade gifts made.
We've got
to put them into the
I'm so sorry, I can't remember your Ravelry name, but I will write it right down here, because you have finished so many Christmas projects that I'm a bit jealous, I have to admit, because I'm struggling just to finish 3 gifts that I was supposed to make this Christmas, and you've just zoomed in with like 10 gifts already.
Some of us had a lot of plans, and the execution wasn't so great, as you will see, but the idea is to start it. The idea is to start it at some point and to share. And that's what this is all about, sharing.
And to cheer us up, we decided that we needed...
Oh, remember one of the Christmas recipes was...
Keep calm and drink coquito.
Yes, we made, Clarissa made for you the almond coquito, version, which isn't the original one, because the original one is just coconut milk.
And milk.
And traditionally now, it used to be just coconut milk and rum. But modern days is... Coconut milk and condensed milk, cream of coconut, evaporated milk,
rum,
and the rum and the spices.
And sometimes ice cream, because it makes everything better. But
we try and keep it simple. We have just do 1 nut milk, the almond.
Let's keep it simple by making the nut milk ourselves, because that is simple.
But in terms of ingredients, we have a lot of difficulty here with lactose intolerance.
So this is a pistachio coquito.
This one is pistachio.
You want to give me the glass?
Oh.
Keep calm and drink coquito.
Yes.
And then you can carry
Normally,
on.
at other times during the year, mine would say keep calm and drink wine, but this is a special occasion, so we're going to drink coquito. Nice and cold. That's the way we drink it.
And we are honoring all our British friends, because it's saying keep calm.
During the Christmas season, which isn't always... the easiest thing to do.
It's a feat to keep calm during Christmas, I have to say. Especially when you decide to do a handmade Christmas and you think you're just going to be like this Wonder Woman and be able to finish everything on time. But here's to us. And cheers.
Here's to a great Christmas for everybody.
And it's been a great year. Everybody that's subscribed, a huge thank you. This is in your honor. All the friends I've made in the podcasting community, which
if we could, we'd send you a bottle. But lately, nobody wants to let us send liquids through the mail, so...
I mean, I guess you can...
Unless you lie.
Yeah, I guess you can say, no, there's no liquid, but if something magically breaks, then, you know, I'm sorry about that. I like this.
I like it. No, maybe...
And in case you missed it, Snoopy is here with us again.
Yes. He said, I'm down here, where's my coquito? That's what he's saying.
So in addition to our wonderful, delicious coquito, which I think it's the best one you've made, Mom, because Puerto Rican, you're supposed to have a high tolerance for rum. I don't. I can taste rum a mile away, just like coffee.
And this does not have just any rum. This has a Puerto Rican rum called Pitorro, which is similar to moonshine, but
don't tell anyone.
This one
is illegal also.
This one is legalized one, the one I can buy in a supermarket.
Yeah, so it's got less alcohol
store.
Content, because
I don't
if
know
you
what
buy
it is, but it doesn't taste the same. It doesn't have all the rotted fruits and all the pieces of stuff that they throw into it to make it more interesting.
To cure it.
Yes, so...
Because Pitorro, like real rural made pitorro is just as illegal as moonshine.
Yeah.
But it's what goes in here because it gives it the best taste. My aunt usually
And
manages...
it's the only one my husband will drink, so I always have to do it with that.
My aunt always manages to find some, though. She's got a dealer.
Yeah, well, we're not all that lucky, I guess.
Anyway, we also wanted to share some of the Christmas recipes that we've been making this past week. So this... I'm afraid they're gonna fall. Okay, this is the leftover red velvet cake. This wasn't a recipe because it was kind of like a last minute thing from the pistachios that were left over when Mom squeezed out the nut milk. She made some cookies which taste delicious. They've got orange zest and cranberries, just great. And these I will hopefully be uploading them.
There's no flour in it. It's just
Yeah.
the leftover pulp from what I squeezed the milk out of. It's got some confectioner's sugar and egg whites, the
And
cranberry and the
orange zest.
and the orange zest
And these, I'll hopefully be editing and uploading them later today. These are called Salvadorian quesadillas. And they are basically a Parmesan cheese pound cake, which tastes amazingly delicious. And they're made with rice flour. So they're also gluten-free if you are gluten-free. I'm not gluten-free, but I just love
well,
those
they're not
pound
actually
cakes.
gluten-free. They're more like gluten light is what they call them, because in order for it to be gluten-free, all of your ingredients have to be done at a certified gluten-free establishment, which means they're not handling other types of flours there, and they're not always easy to come by.
My
But a lot of
glass-
people do gluten light.
My glass is empty.
Oh no, can't have that, can we?
No. Let's not tell people what time it is.
Let's not tell them what time it is, and let's hope that we can get through the podcast.
Oh, we
You wanna
will.
eat something?
It'll. Oh yeah, I want the pound cake.
The whole
The one with sesame seeds.
thing?
I can eat the whole thing, yeah. Who do you think I am? Just trying to cut my pound cake in half. Who does that? Alright, so I think that's enough of us sharing what we eat and what we
Well,
don't eat.
you know, take a break and eat that, because we don't want to talk with food in our mouths, do we?
Oh, but you're gonna talk.
So our next segment is, what am I wearing? And of course, I had to change because I wasn't wearing anything that I wanted to show you. I go first because
Yep.
she's eating. So
Yep.
this necklace was inspired by the last podcast that Plotter and Bloom put up.
Emma, hi Emma.
Hi, Emma. And I watched her podcast and I was, look, she has a pom-pom necklace.
Camera's over there.
And I was so impressed by the fact that she wore it and that she liked wearing it and that she was willing to wear it in public. And I remembered that for the October, no, it was summer. For the summer special that I shared with Clarissa, the last thing I was working on were these circle beads, right? Just stuffed little circles that were crocheted. And I had created a necklace. Well, I actually was imitating a necklace I had seen on one of the blogs. And Clarissa didn't like it. She wouldn't let me show it because she said, oh, man, that's not going to go. And so I left it out, but I didn't throw the beads away because I don't do that. You know, I don't throw things away. And when I saw Emma's necklace, I was like, oh, and the light just went on in my brain, and I remembered some of the findings that I had in my stash. And late in the afternoon, about 4 something, before Clarissa was on her way home from work, and I was putting it all together, and I think it came out pretty cool.
It looks great.
I like it.
You guys might have seen it on my Instagram because I wore it. I love that necklace. That looks nothing, absolutely nothing like the original one she had made. If she had made that one, it would have made an appearance in the summer
The
special.
original one looked a little bit more like Emma's.
No, it didn't.
Yeah,
Emma's
it
was
said it had-
gloriously and
it had-
pom-pommy.
well,
Yours had
because
like
she had
10
the-
little scragglers down there.
They weren't
that
10,
looked-
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, and one that I didn't put on is 15.
But it looked like a sad
Well,
little...
it's just because it was supposed to have more, but I didn't have time to do any more.
It looked sad, guys. I
So
mean,
we just
if
left
you're
it
going to do pom-poms, you kind of have to do what Emma did.
Emma's
Go
way.
all the way,
I'm going to
you
do
know?
Emma's way from now on.
You
Yeah.
can't just do 15.
Well, hers is a beautiful necklace, and now I've got Simple but nice
But it's
and pretty
gorgeous.
necklace
And the
to
colors
share
are
with
lovely.
you.
The colors are beautiful. Okay, guys, so what am I wearing? Obviously, you can tell that I'm not wearing any jewelry except for these earrings, which my mom made, and they're one of my favorites. I wear them all the time with the necklace, but the necklace didn't match. So what am I wearing? Ta-da! Yeah, guys, look at that. I'm wearing Christmas puppies. This is the second Hollyburn skirt that I made for the Hollyburn Skirt Sew Along that KT from Inside Number 23 was hosting. I don't know if that's still open or not, but I totally forgot to take a picture with the skirt and put it up on Ravelry for the thread. So I have to go check if it's still open, but this was the version C of the Hollyburn skirt, which was a shorter version, and I love it. I love my puppies. Yay, puppies.
They are very nice. We also have kitties inside a basket.
I'm
but
not a big
she's
fan of
not
cats.
a big fan of cats.
I'm not a big fan of cats. I mean, I like them, but they're not as cuddly as puppies, you know?
But I'm just thinking that a blouse wearing the kittens and a skirt made the puppies with this blazer over it to distract a little bit. Fabulous.
Well, I would have made a complete dress from the puppies. I had enough fabric. I don't know why I didn't do that. Why didn't I do that, guys? Why didn't anybody?
Well, you probably
do
could
that?
still make a complete dress with the top the kittens and the bottom the puppies.
I don't want kittens and puppies. No, I want puppies.
Puppies and kittens, puppies and kittens, cats and dogs. That's the way we are all the time, like cats and dogs.
Only 90% of the time.
Okay, what's our next segment?
Well, we actually have so many things to talk to you guys about today, but our next segment is our top 5 yarns that we've bought this year.
Okay. So they obviously were previous stash enhancements, but we've been really bad with. I mean, we've been like
we've been good for all the yarn dyers out there, bad for our wallets.
We've been bad in the sense that we fell into the same. Well, not. I don't know if it's a mistake, but the same habit, the same.
We hoard all the yarn,
right,
but we don't make
when
it.
When people begin a new hobby, that happens. It happened to me when I was doing jewelry, and when we started making the podcasts, and we started making project bags. We've hoarded on fabric.
We've
and
made a lot of
all
project
that,
bags.
but, yeah, but that's one of our 2017 resolutions.
Is to make everything with what we've got.
Right.
Unless we didn't buy enough the first time.
What we want to make isn't possible with what we have.
Yep.
That's just not happening. That is just such a bad New Year's resolution. But anyway, who goes first? You do.
Well, we've just got this huge, lovely Christmas basket. No, this is not a giveaway, guys.
Don't you wish?
Right. So I think we can just do 1 and 1.
Okay.
So do we do? They're not in any particular.
Yes, I'll go first.
They're not in any particular order of how much we
Well,
love them.
I'm going to start with my top. This is, we're going 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is my 5.
No,
okay?
Isn't it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5?
It all depends on how you want to go. Highest to lowest means that 5 is the best and 1 is the least. If you want to go 1, 2, 3,
they're
4,
all
5,
great.
Okay. Number one.
Yeah.
Was this colorway dyed by.
Camera's over there.
Yeah, but it's looking yucky. There. Okay.
By
Little
Kayleen.
Bean. Kayleen at Little Bean Crochet.
Little
it
Bean
was hand painted yarn, but it was from a
Anarchy dye pot.
Right, an Anarchy dye pot. Something that she was participating in an activity, and it was like throw whatever in the pot you feel like throwing in and see what comes out. And this one she called Sherlock.
Isn't it 221B Baker Street?
221 Bakers. 221B Bakers. Still, that's where Sherlock Holmes was supposedly lived on, and I just loved it.
And
I love the name of it
time,
because I'm a Sherlock Holmes fan.
Yeah, she is. This was the first time we got carjacked on Etsy.
I think it was the first time that we actually bought. Well, I actually bought from Kayleen, and we.
No, you bought this first.
Did I buy that first?
Yeah.
Okay. So it wasn't the first time, but
My first time was ages ago.
we
Buying from Kayleen.
we set up everything early. We had everything open. We put things into our cart that weren't going to be on the sale, weren't
Like
going to be on the update, but that were already there. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And she had only done 2 of these, and I was greedy, and I wanted the 2 of them. I wanted to get both of them because I had this all thought out for a shawl. It was going to be a shawl, and I was going to make my shawl, and I was going to be carrying Sherlock Holmes on my back, and I was going to love it. But we kept doing submit.
And it wouldn't submit, and we got carjacked, and then we only had 1.
And we realized that we wouldn't submit because I was asking for 2, and there were no longer 2 available. So I was only able to get this one. Is it fingering?
Yeah, that's it's Lux Sock.
Okay, so it looks a little bit thicker than the regular.
It's fingering weight. It's 80% superwash merino, 10% cashmere, and 10% nylon. So it's her MCN sock base. You guys...
It's just so soft and lovely.
Squishy.
So soft and lovely. So, now that Catherine from Crafternoon Treats put up recently, her previous podcast was all about shawls and shawls that you can make with one skein. Well, now I've got a chance to really turn this into something for the new year. So this is number 1 on my list because it's what I want to do next.
And speaking of Catherine from Crafternoon Treats, hi Catherine. Mom, what's your name?
She asked, didn't she?
Yes, she did.
And it's been a secret because that was going to be one of the questions that I wanted Clarissa to put on her next giveaway. What is my mom's name? To have people search and search.
So what is your name?
I'll give a hint. It starts with a C.
Well, Kaylee knows your name.
My name, Clarissa's name, and her sister's names all start with a C.
Power of 3.
Because we are the power of 3. Go on.
Not gonna
Keep calm and continue. No, I'm not going to say.
How rude is that? Well, speaking of Catherine from Crafternoon Treats, hold my basket. I don't even know how to describe in words because this is like...
Beautiful.
I look at it and I smile. I could be having the worst day in the world and just this brings so much joy and the colors are actually showing up true to color. This is just lovely and bright and it's got oranges and purples and burnt reds and greens and it's oh my god, I just love this colorway so much. It's called Autumn Leaves, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, you can see that. Can you guys see? Thank you, Mom. So it's called Autumn Leaves and this is 100% 100 grams of fingering weight yarn, approximately 400 yards or 370 meters, ethically produced 100% British wool, fully traceable to the source. It's a blend of 95% Romney Lands wool from a single farm in the Cheddar Gorge in Somerset and 5% Fawn Shetland from a single farm near Inverness in the Highlands of Scotland. And this yarn is the closest I will ever get to
Just
Scotland.
reading that makes you happy.
I mean,
and then when you see it come in a package that says Royal Mail, it just makes it all so great.
I mean, I just cannot speak.
They should put something like that on our mail, right? What do they call our mail?
What, presidential?
Presidential mail or
it's not. It's
White
it's
House
like
mail or
Royal Mail. It just has a. It rolls
legal
off your
mail.
tongue. But anyway, I love Catherine's yarn. I really do. I love it and I cannot say enough good things about it. She says it's a woolly yarn and it is. It is a very woolly yarn. It's all plump and squishy. It's not as soft as merino, but I do not find that it chafes my neck at all. And I wanted to originally make a shirt out of this. I don't know if I don't think I'm gonna have enough. Or it's a blouse or a little cardigan or something. But her yarn is simply amazing. If you haven't checked out Catherine's yarn or Catherine's podcast, you really should. She's Crafternoon Treats everywhere on the internet basically, and she's just a great person. And
Who did you say hello to?
hi, Catherine.
Hi, Catherine.
And yeah, if this doesn't bring a smile to your face, then I don't know what will, guys. I don't know. This is mine.
Second up on my list.
My precious.
And speaking of my love, my precious, is a double-stranded cake that I also purchased from Little Bean Loves. It is in the colorway
Hobbit feet.
And I just loved it when I saw it because at the moment I was thinking about transitional colors, transitional yarns, or the gradients. And she came out with this, and I just saw Hobbit's feet all over it. And in addition to being a Sherlock Holmes fan, I am a Lord of the Rings fan, and so
movies. We've tried to read the books. How many times have you tried to read the books?
Never.
I have. I've tried with my sister.
Because I am not ashamed to say that
She's not a very good reader.
I'm not a book reader. Well, I have read some. I've read all the Sherlock Holmes series. I have them in my collection. I've read all the Harry Potter books. We have them in the collection. It's just that there's just some stuff I can't read. So,
like Lord of the Rings.
I've never tried it, but
I did.
Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe I will. Maybe that should be a 2007.
But after I purchased, I had wanted it. I mean, Hobbit's feet. What do you make out of a yarn called Hobbit's feet? It's not socks. But then I had two problems with it. The first problem I began to realize much later on I had purchased it is that I just hate doing any type of yarn work with fingering. It takes so long to grow. It takes so long so that you can see what's happening. And so it saddens me. I prefer much more DK. But I wanted to make socks out of it. Then I was like, well, Clarissa, how do I get two socks that are the same out of this? I mean, my background is mathematics. I'm not into chaotic stuff. But I like symmetry, and I like repetition, and I like patterns, and she explained it to me. She took some time from her podcast, and she explained it to me. We haven't said hello to Kayleen. Don't be polite.
Hi, Kayleen.
If you're watching.
She's also the host of Little Bean Loves podcast, and it's a podcast about yarn dyeing and knitting and any crafting she's been doing recently. She even started doing ergonomic crochet hooks for a friend, and they were all kind of droid themed. They were cute.
She's very talented.
Yeah.
Makes the greatest use of her time that I have ever seen. I feel so... And I mean, one of the things that keeps me watching podcasts is just that. These people do so much with their time, and I feel so small.
Kayleen...
so small.
I think that KT, Kayleen, and Kay, look at that, they all start with K's. From all these podcasts, if you got them together, it's like... Seriously, how do you do so much with the time you've got? I mean, I feel like I'm drowning over here trying to finish so many things. But anyway.
This was one of the first colorways that I purchased from her. And at the time,
I think it was the first one, actually.
Yes, I think it was. I also asked her on her podcast that, what do you do with this smell?
But Kayleen is now...
But it doesn't. I've gotten so used to it, and it's the smell now that feels warm and cuddly to me and calming. And also, I think that it had a stronger smell because of the packaging. It had just been caked. Plastic. I don't know how recently it had been dyed, and it might have been closed up in a plastic bag. It might have gotten a smell that it no longer has. Now it just smells like good and delicious crafting time. And so I do want to turn this into something. I'm really sorry that I haven't done it already, because when you have so much, you get sidetracked. But it's still, she explained to me how to do the socks, right? Because this is double-stranded, so I can pull from one side and then pull from the other.
She's now dyeing up gradient minis, so you can do gradient socks. So she also kind of talked a bit about that in her recent podcast.
So terrific. I love it. I love Clairine for doing such beautiful work. And hopefully sometime soon it will no longer be caked and have been turned into something gorgeous.
So I'm gonna stop petting this lovely.
Yes, please put it down.
But I can't. Alright, I'm gonna try. But speaking of Kayleen, you guys know how much I love Kayleen and her yarn. She's a great friend and we keep in contact and I'm constantly harassing her on Instagram. But you guys know I buy a lot of yarn from her. But this...
Mostly your Harry Potter colorways.
I'm on a mission to collect all her Harry Potter colorways. I'm serious, guys. I'm close. I think I'm missing 4 colors.
It's just that I've seen a lot of people do Harry Potter colorways, and I have to be sincere that sometimes I look at them and I don't see what they see. But in the case of Kayleen,
I look at them, I'm like...
Not so much. I mean, I look at this one and...
That is the dark mark, guys. It was
I can see the dark mark.
One of a kind, dyed for Halloween that I pre-ordered, which in the first 30 seconds that she said it was available for pre-order because... It's beautiful. It's what I made my Silene shawl out of, and I think it's one of the favorite colorways that I've bought from her. And it's hard to choose favorites because I love all the yarn I've purchased. I do. If I hadn't loved it, I wouldn't have bought it. But this, just a mixture of grays and purples, it just says the dark mark. And it's another favorite of mine. And it's squishy.
So... Since we're on this Kayleen roll, my third on my favorites list is this beautiful pink and purple and mauve. And this is in the colorway of Flowers for Dobie. And I saw it, I loved it. I actually bought 2 skeins because I was thinking about giving one to my oldest daughter for Christmas.
That sailed out the window.
But we were trying to convince to become a crafter. And so we were getting her all kinds of, we were hoping to get her all kinds of ergonomic crochet hooks. And she's a Doctor Who fan. So we wanted Doctor Who yarn and Doctor Who project bags.
Which we bought from Kayleen.
And where else? And so I bought her one of these too, but then I just kept looking at it and looking at it and looking at it, and I saw a cabled hat.
And she said, that's mine.
It became a cabled hat for my daughter. I'm going to give it to her for Christmas. And then this is what's left, and this is what I'm undecided about, whether I will give it to her. She's a beginner crocheter. If she decides she's going to be just starting, do I want to give her this? I don't know. But if not, I will crochet them into a pair of socks. Because of DK weight.
Don't you want to try your first pair of knit socks?
Yes, I do. DK weight. And so I think that will be one of my New Year resolutions and make a new pair of socks for her before the Christmas winter season is over.
Because she loved the pair of socks I gave her.
Flowers for Dobie. I think it would be so representative of what Dobie was in the movie and how he becomes freed with the pair of socks.
It has to be a pair of socks. You're totally right.
It has to be. So,
and then we have to put in the car.
To free my daughter of her non-crafting inhibitions and allow her to become free in the world of crafting. Yeah.
Because when I made her a pair of socks for her birthday, which was the first pair of blueberry socks that I made, I shared that with you guys. My boyfriend had recently given me a Harry Potter, well, a Gryffindor stationery set with the wax seal for Gryffindor and everything because I've been sorted into Gryffindor all my life. Mom has refused to take the sorting hat test or open a Pottermore account.
I'm afraid I'll be a Slytherin.
You know, there is nothing wrong with being cunning or ambitious. You know, they're not bad qualities.
It was the evil I was afraid of.
Anyway, speaking of Gryffindor, another of one of my favorites from Kayleen is this, the Burrow mini skein set, because it's the Burrow. I mean, need I say more? Just, yeah. I mean, the yarn speaks for itself, guys. It speaks for itself.
Very beautiful. Yes. My turn?
Yeah.
Okay. And going away from the Harry Potter themes and Kayleen, recently during the year, I purchased this yarn from Craftsy. And it was because, again, it was a gradient yarn. And so I saw it as being a shawl. Like I said, I was interested in doing a shawl. Again, it is fingering weight, and in
They just
the
take
long
more
run,
time.
in the long run, after this was prior to many experiences. Now with a little more experiences, I would probably shy away from it a bit. But it's not actually fingering; it's light sport. Is that better
it's
or
fingering.
worse?
It's fingering. So this one kind of gets not an honorable mention, but I didn't purchase this particular skein. This was a gift from Kayleen to me, and it is Hermione in her tweed sock base, which is not actually available on the shop. But Kayleen, she's such a good friend. So she saw me speaking about this yarn in the podcast, and she contacted me and said, oh, I still have like 5 of those available if you want me to dye up some more for you. And I said, yes, please, because this is going to be a cardigan. And you guys already know if you've watched previously. If you haven't, this will be the lineal cardigan by Hannah Fettig. And it was going to be a Christmas Eve cast on, but the Bakery Bears are going to be hosting a knit-along starting the 1st of January, and KT is going to be hosting a knit-along starting the 1st of January. Oh, but I'm not joining that. Oh, yeah, I'm joining that, but not with that. But then she also hinted that she may or may not be hosting another Harry Potter knit-along. Harry Potter yarn. Oh, yeah.
Very pretty. I like that one a lot.
It's gorgeous. Okay, your turn.
Okay, so my last pick is like something that I look at and I say, what was I thinking? But I know what I was thinking. Clarissa, who's very much fond of Plotter and Bloom and Emma and her podcast, has always heard Emma talk about baby alpaca and baby alpaca. And I don't know what it was, but Craftsy put on sale.
Yeah,
Was that
Black
yes.
Friday.
Okay, for Black Friday, obviously. Some baby alpaca, and we purchased six, not one, not two.
There was no we.
6.
There was no we.
6. She was pushing the buttons. I was just,
Well, it was my
I
credit
was just
card.
paying. I was just putting the card. She was
No, it
pushing
was
the
my
buttons.
credit card.
And we purchased 6 skeins of this baby alpaca.
Actually, it's 61%
It's a mixture, yes.
baby alpaca. Stop moving it. 24% nylon and 15% merino. It's the softest thing you will ever hold, and it's like a cloud. It's like a cloud. If you make a pillow, just, insert them all into a pillow. I forgot to bring the fabric I wanted to share with you guys. But, any hoozles. Now, this one is something I had talked about previously, but every time I talked about it, my yarn hadn't shown up. But this is a favorite because not only is the color just neutral and beautiful, and it reminds me of hot chocolate, but this is from Forbidden Woolery. It was my first purchase from her, and this is her Proverbs base, which is 60% organic cotton and 40% linen, and it's a sport weight. This is called Chocolate Cosmos, and seriously guys, it's sport weight cotton linen yarn. Can it be more perfect for Puerto Rico weather? So we hope. So this will be a shirt. I'm starting my next garment because 2017 will be the year of garments for me. I have 5 planned.
Okay, so those are our...
No, I'm not done yet. I've got one more.
Well,
Because this one...
no, but you had 6?
No. Kayleen's doesn't count because it was a gift. We're talking about purchases. 5 yarns that we've purchased
Change
this
the
year.
rules, okay.
So, I know Catherine in her newest podcast was mentioning that I had bought some mini skeins from her to make a pillow out of. And I haven't abandoned this. I honestly am waiting for the perfect skein. And I know she sent me a skein of yarn, the elderberry, which was also her natural dyes. But this was the first yarn I ever purchased from Kayleen, and it's what made me fall in love with Kayleen. Catherine, I'm sorry, there's so many K's and... Whoa, okay. Rewind.
She just says that name too much.
Rewind. Catherine, my lovely, lovely friend. We are talking about your yarn. And yeah, it was the first one I purchased from her. It was a natural mini skein set, so they're all natural dyes, and it's a huge, huge love of mine.
Why haven't you put that together?
Because Catherine, lovely, lovely person that she is sending me a skein of elderberry yarn so I can put these together. And I'm waiting because I love this fawn Shetland Romney lamb's wool blend so much that it just all has to be Romney lamb's wool. It does, guys, it does. And I'm done with yarn now. You can come back.
Okay then.
So we also,
next up,
being Christmas, we also wanted to talk to you guys about a couple of exchanges that we've entered.
Okay.
Mom?
So yes, this being in the crafting world this year, the crafting community has been a time for learning and a time for growth, a time for changing, a time for sharing and just becoming different people through the crafting.
Caring.
And one of the things that I think I found it a little late during the year, but as soon as I saw it, I knew I wanted to do it, were the swaps. I had heard them being mentioned earlier during the year, but Catherine from Knitting Catherine and
so many
Lost and
Ks.
Fawn, another Catherine, but she's with a C. Catherine Smith from she's Knitting Catherine on Instagram, and Lost and Fawn. They hosted a
socks giveaway,
a stitch kit swap exchange, and I asked to participate. One of the questions was if you were willing to ship internationally, and I said yes. I mean, sure, if you're going to be kind internationally. It sounded great to me. And I actually did get a partner assigned from the UK. She was, I've got the name around here, Vicky Bird. And I created a kit for her. The kit was to have a project bag. Was that one of the first project bags that I made?
Yeah. It was actually.
And that's when I started accumulating my fabric because I couldn't decide what fabric to use to make.
Boy, did she accumulate fabric.
To make that out of. And I sent her some yarn, obviously from Kayleen, some little snippets to keep in the project bag. I'm a jewelry maker, so I did send her a small piece of jewelry that I prepared for her. And Clarissa can put up a little picture later on to show you.
Do you have a picture?
Yes. I received from Heather Spence at Heather Spence Designs on Instagram. And she's a quilter. So she sent me this beautiful quilted bag because, one of the things that you had to, when you participate in a swap, you do have to fill out like a form that includes some of your interests and all that. And I always put down that I am a fan of Downton Abbey, Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, and all that. And so she took on the Downton Abbey invitation, and so the maroon colors from the Victorian patterns
just
here.
Just kind of vintage looking fabric.
Vintage looking, right. And then she sent me this yarn, which is from
Houndstooth Fiber.
And it is in the colorway of Candy Stripes.
So it's very Christmassy.
Candy Stripes, yes, Candy Stripes. Very Christmassy. I was hoping also for this to be my Christmas cast on.
It should.
But
Christmas
Eve. It is fingering weight. Maybe I probably should have put the instructions that you had to exchange sock yarn, but maybe I should have put, DK is a little bit cheaper even than fingering. I should have put don't send me fingering. But it's a beautiful colorway. It would make a beautiful pair of socks. And
Christmas Eve cast on. You should cast on.
Kayleen, when I ordered from her for Black Friday, it wasn't Black Friday, it was Saturday after.
Small Business Saturday.
Small Business Saturday. She sent me a little gift package where she included some minis. And one of the minis, we checked it up and it looked very nice with this.
No, you bought a mini that looked nice with that, and then she sent you some minis. Because she sent you a dark mark mini.
The minis from Kayleen sent and I have will go well, and I'm thinking about doing a heel and a toe of different colors. And so it was a great experience, and I've been looking for more swaps to participate in, but it all depends who you follow, actually. I don't remember how I got that notification, but I'm out there looking. Clarissa's out there looking. Anytime she sees or I see, we send each other notifications. So Clarissa also participated in a gift swap recently.
I did, and I had completely forgotten I had participated because there was a little hitch. First off, I almost forgot to put in a submit my form. Yeah, that happens sometimes, we forget. And it was hosted by Make.E, who is Emily Ashbourne, and she's from the UK. So it was really funny because if you remember, or if you follow Mom, she posted a picture on Instagram of me looking at this package, trying to figure out who from the UK I knew that had my address and sent me a package because it said Secret Santa. So I thought it was from the Secret Santa gift exchange that the girls from the Museum Studies program whom I graduated with, we always do a Secret Santa gift exchange. And one of my friends from that program, Rachel, she lives in London, so I thought it was her. But then I started checking the zip code.
Yeah, she was investigating with her cell phone, all mean looking, and she had to find out where that was from.
And it was from East Sussex.
Well, the funny thing about it was it did have an address. You want to show it?
Yeah, it did have the address, and I don't want to show the address, but...
Oh, you don't want to show the address.
What it says, we thought it said police to
addresses
use.
are different around the world. So what I read when I read that was
police to use.
So I thought it was a message to the police because there wasn't any sender on it. It was a message to the police telling them where the package was coming from, so they would have some information if they needed to trace it. What do I know? I mean,
it was really funny. And then I was like, oh wait, I entered this giveaway. This exchange, what if the person already said, did I receive the person? And so I contacted Emily and I was like, yeah, hey, you never sent me the person I was supposed to swap with, and it's almost Christmas.
Swap partner.
Because we were supposed to open this on Christmas Eve. And so she says, oh, yeah, I forgot, but it's me. I was like, what? No! So that same day, I endeavored to make all the goodies that I wanted to put into her bag. And I did. But anyway, this is the huge, huge, huge box. Oh. I don't want everybody to see my address, but this is the huge box she sent. Royal Mail. I just love that, seriously. And we're supposed to open this on Christmas Eve, but since it's the Christmas special.
This is our Christmas special, so it's
Christmas Eve for us.
We're going to put it up on Christmas Eve. It'll be Christmas Eve when you see the special. So it counts. Open it.
I'm only going to open one.
Open it.
So you guys can see. And I'm just going to pick something at random because I don't want to see what it is, even though I'm actually dying to see what is in here. No.
Everything is wrapped. You can't see anything.
Oh, what is this? Oh my God, guys. Look at that.
Oh, so she makes jewelry too.
Well, she does. I've seen the necklaces
I actually did look her up too once we found out who she was, and this is one of her most repeated pattern. Want to put it on?
Mustard yellow. She knows me well.
Oh, it's beautiful. And so it's from
lightweight. Yeah.
It's made from t-shirt yarn, so it's very soft and cool. Very pretty.
I feel glamorous.
Very pretty. Thank you.
Thank you, Emily. I will open it, post a picture, and send it to the hashtag on Christmas Eve, like a good little elf.
I'll make sure she doesn't open anything else until it's officially the 24th. Of course, when it's the 24th here,
I can actually
in the UK.
open it. I can actually
The 23rd.
open it the 23rd at midnight because it'll be the 24th in the UK.
Perfect.
Yay! So
that was one. And the other swaps?
The other was I had previously shown a project bag in this podcast that was cupcakes that I said was going to be for Emma, because Emma from the Potter and Bloom podcast had contacted me and she asked if I would please sew a bag for her. And I admit I was a bit scared because I'm learning to sew, so I didn't want to make any mistake. I was like, no, this has to be perfect. And I'll insert a picture here of the bag I sent her. And I received her parcel, her package, yesterday? No, yes, yeah.
But you didn't send her the cupcake bag.
On Tuesday. No, I didn't send her the cupcake bag. I sent her another bag because the cupcake bag looked more like Crafternoon Treats. And I also exchanged package with Catherine from Crafternoon Treats podcast. And I was watching her podcast, and something that I felt kind of bad about as well was that the bag I was sending her was for her to use in a giveaway, because it was a thank you for her sending the Blandala pattern to give away, which I will be giving away at the end of this episode. We'll announce it. So on the 5th of January, which is the next time I will be podcasting, I will put up the winner for that giveaway. But anyway, so I just sent her one project bag to give away, and she was looking at it and talking about it in her most recent podcast and saying that she was kind of sad that she had to give it away. So
we felt bad.
I felt really bad. I felt really bad. So,
but I told Carissa that when I saw it and when she sent it, I said,
tiny bag.
I don't know if she would make use of it because her projects are normally big. Yeah. And we'll see what Clarissa did about that.
Coming up. But going back to Emma, Emma sent me a package which I received on Tuesday. If you guys aren't familiar with the Crochet Girl Gang hashtag, you have to go check it out on Instagram because it's all about feeling good and friendly crocheting. So she tried to send me things that I wouldn't normally find here in Puerto Rico, and she did. So the first up, we've got Fashion Jersey, which is a, 64% cotton, 36% poly-made, so it's very nice and stretchy, which I think...
Kind of like this.
Yeah, which would make a good pair of socks, but this spoke...
It's a good pair of slippers. Must be the
but anyway, this spoke to me, and it said it wanted to be a necklace, so it will be at some point. It's a beautiful aqua color. And she also sent me this gorgeous, gorgeous orange.
Yay for orange.
It's merino, 100% merino. And what else? Ooh, she sent pom-pom makers. Do you actually know? I do not own a single pom-pom maker, so now I've got two. One for you.
Yay! I'm going to be needing to do that. I made them the old-fashioned way.
Where is the other one? Oh, here it is.
Much cuter.
She sent me from Lana Boo, which I've been watching all these people from the UK wear the necklace that says crocheter, and I loved getting a little shawl pin, which I think I'm just gonna have to wear to work every day because it's beautiful. And she sent me these cute little buttons. Yeah, they are. She sent me these cute little buttons with little bunny. Is that a bunny playing tennis? It's a bunny playing tennis. And I'm missing something. Aha! And I actually been wanting,
gorgeous.
Crochet cakes.
Change your keychain.
Cupcakes. And I've been wanting to change my keychain, so perfect time, Emma.
Very pretty. It's just so wonderful the way people from this community like to share, and
I'll keep it in this bag.
Yep, sure. And they just are willing to give so much. Their time, going to the post office, preparing these packages. It's all been terrific. It's been a real good experience. Yes,
it's just amazing.
And not just the fact of receiving, because
but giving,
just giving, and also receiving from people that
live so far away?
We really don't know. I mean, we watch the podcast every week. If I saw her walking down the street, I'd jump all over her. Amber, it's me. And she wouldn't even know who I was. But it's, you get to know these people, and you're in their homes, because a lot of them podcast from their homes, and you can see pieces of their houses.
Oh my God.
And,
Catherine's latest podcast was from her kitchen. Catherine, I want to sit in that kitchen and look at that fireplace.
we do.
And just,
I know she said that she would probably never meet us, but
we
will travel. We will travel.
That kitchen. Anyway, as you know, Mom was saying, and I think Catherine also mentioned in this week's podcast, is just great connecting with people that, you know, we're friends. We connect, we talk to each other, we send each other messages, and we see each other and share time with each other, and that's just, I think that's wonderful.
It's been great. It's been a really great experience.
Yes, it has.
So, talking about more experiences, in addition to the 12 Days of Christmas vlog that Crochet Cakes here has been hosting. That was one of the reasons why the package took us so by surprise, because the person put Crochet Cakes as the name of the recipient, and we're like, where in the world can you do that? A lot of parts of the States...
In the States, you can't do that. You have to write the person's name in order for it to be a valid address. If not, it bounces back to you.
Well, I know, but if it's a business, it would receive it for a business. But it was strange. It was just strange that somebody you would interchange you would do that. So, but anyway, Crochet Cakes here is putting up her 12 Days of Christmas vlogs every day. And I decided, watching all these podcasts, a lot of people were doing their Vlogmas, and they were doing all the... anything you could put before the Mass in Christmas. And so I decided to do my Shawl-mas. For some reason, I decided that I was going to try and create a shawl for Christmas.
Where is it?
A shawl in 12 days. 12 days of Christmas shawl. And so
Where is it?
if you at all have looked at my Instagram or anything like that, well, I put up a picture of the first shawl that I had chosen. And... that shawl, inspired also by the podcast again of Catherine from Crafternoon Treats. I decided to look up a shawl, one of the shawls that she had talked about. One of the things I like about knitting is the fact that the garments look so polished, and so you don't see all the holes, and they sway, they have give to them. Sometimes crochet garments don't have that necessarily, or if they're going to have that, you need to use a big hook and a big stitch, and then it's got holes in it, you can see through them. Well, anyway, I chose this shawl from the ones that Catherine had put up. This is the Desperately Seeking Shallow Crescent by Minji, and
Mom is desperately trying to finish it.
because I was going to do it in this, I am doing it, in this yarn that I also purchased a while back from, guess who? Little Bean Loves. It was a yak sock blend that she put up. It's 70% merino, 20% yak, and 10% nylon. And it's so squishy, so pretty. Not only did she include this top gray color, she also included minis in several different, probably did, in several different colors. Okay, so she's got the blue and the red, and there's some green in here. And I wanted to do a shawl that had all the colors, and so I got bored for a while with the gray. It wasn't growing, wasn't going anywhere, so I decided to add some light to it. Do you believe this is 42 rows of the shawl? I must be doing something wrong. And the entire shawl body of the shawl will have 48 rows. And then after that, there are 14 rows of lace. And so I'm hoping it will grow. But I really can't see this becoming...
The picture you will see if you look it up.
The picture you're going to see when Clarissa posts it.
Oh. I forget. I tend to forget to post pictures.
Maybe a bandana. Well, we'll see. We'll see. It's not complete. It will have to be blacked after, and somebody might just look at it and say, well, you're doing it totally wrong. So that's why
If you
it's
have
coming out
advice,
like
just
this.
comment down below.
The lace pattern does not depend on the stitch count. So I'm just thinking of going and going and going with the yarn until I've included each of the colors and maybe more than once. But it is going to take me a lot more than 12 days of Christmas to do this. So early on, when I realized that I wouldn't get my 12 days of Christmas shawl out of this, then I began another one. I began a second project trying to see if I could finish that one. Oh, did I mention this was my Christmas project bag made by yours truly?
Her, not me.
Yours truly. So just gray on the inside and some beautiful Christmas. Well, actually, they're not totally Christmas. They're more like wintry owls. But I was truly in love with that bag. Came out very pretty. So I started a new project. It's housed within my Halloween bag that Clarissa made for me and that I love because I do think it's just gorgeous.
So this is Mom. This is me. And where's Sammy? Oh no, we cut her off.
Somewhere over the rainbow.
Oh, yeah, that's her.
There she is. And so I started a second shawl from the Patterners by the Crochet Crowd. It's called Slice of Nice Shawl.
Oh.
Slice of Nice Shawl. This is the right side
And this is
of the
in
garment.
Cascade
It's got,
220.
it's made in 3 pieces.
Where's
The back
brand?
is, I don't know. The back is like a triangular piece and then it grows to the side, and right along here you add like a wing to it. And I only had time to do the right side.
And they're both free patterns.
They're free patterns, yes. This is all, it's basically mostly trebles. But
Trebles
since
or
it
doubles?
is, no trebles. It does have doubles, but the most of it is trebles. And it's
Which is a US treble.
a US, yes, a US treble. And so I think I can get this done before Christmas. I mean, I was up last night. In a couple of hours, I was able to make the right wing. I'm just missing the left wing. And there's a border that goes around
And
it.
this is Cascade 220. The colorway... No, the colorway was Turtle Heather. That's how the name appears online, but I don't remember the number. Because you know Cascade just gives numbers to their...
And the only reason I chose it was because it was DK. It was the DK yarn that we had here.
Worsted.
Oh, actually it's worsted, sorry. But it's like a light worsted, it's not a...
But what about me?
What about you? It's your turn? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay, so this was my... Well, let me finish. My Shawl-mas. Do you have a Shawl-mas too?
No. I just want to talk now.
This was my Shawl-mas project for this Christmas, and well, there you go. And I might be able to finish it before Christmas. No.
Aren't they just pretty? Shawls are so pretty.
Shawls are beautiful.
I think we got shawl envy
Oh,
from
but
Catherine's
no, I'm
episode.
sorry, I'm not finished.
Why?
Because you mentioned Catherine again, and the whole reason that I started this out was because of Catherine's podcast, where she had all of these beautiful crochet shawls trying to show us that you can crochet and it can look as pretty and as lacy and as
Elegant.
and sway just as if it were knitted. So it was a wonderful podcast. It really inspired me. And she, at the end of the podcast, or during the podcast, she had mentioned a giveaway where you only had to respond and talk and do a comment on the video. And I won. One, she had like 6 or 7 patterns to give
10.
away.
It was like
Was it 10?
10.
Well, it was a lot. It was a lot. And I won the Echinacea pattern by Andrea at AAM Designs, and she contacted me through Ravelry. She sent it to me, and so that's on my list of things to do. I was so happy and so grateful to both Catherine and to Andrea, and know that I wasn't able to cast it out immediately because I had already had these projects, but it's on my list of things to do in 2017, surely. Thank you, Catherine, again. Good.
I got no works in progress.
No works in progress?
Oh, wait.
Well, then it's my turn again.
No, it's not. I got one. She's so mean, isn't she? Hogging the
Just take it over like that. Who do you think you are?
So, between all these Christmas knitting, crocheting, crafting, everything, birthday making, all that, I decided to start something for myself, which won't be for myself, but I am just knitting it, no pressure. It's going to be for a friend.
That's the only working project you have?
Yes.
What about the shawl?
Finish that.
Oh, I didn't know.
Sure. And I started the Jeffrey scarf pattern designed by Emma from Potter and Bloom. She had so kindly gifted this pattern to me, and as soon as I had seen it, I wanted to make it for a friend, and these lovely, colorful
blues and
pinks, and it's just everything. The only one I'm not too sure about is this one, Sea Spray. I'm not sure it coordinates with everything else, but I don't hate it, so I probably won't take it out. This is a really easy, lovely pattern. It's the first time I've been able to do ripples or chevron without just frogging it and going, I hate this. So thank you, Emma, for that. It's just lovely and easy, and the only reason I haven't worked on it anymore, because seriously, I think this is a project you can do in 1-2 days, is because I started it and then I had to let it go to finish all the other presents that were on my list.
But she did great because she said she finished them. I noticed I asked her about a shawl she was working on. I hadn't seen that she had finished it. She must have been busy between last night and this morning, early this morning.
I finished everything. I finished.
Well, as opposed to you, I still have a couple of things.
What else do you
I don't think I'll finish the new year with my empty bags.
But
I received an early...
You have.
Wait, I received an early Christmas present from Clarissa.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if I should see it as a...
It was kind of like a 12 Days of Christmas. Sorry, there is no
Or-
advent calendar presents here, but here is something for the 10th day of Christmas.
She gifted me a set. Here you go. From
Stitch and Story, Knitting Made
the
Simple.
Stitch and Story.
Aimed at giving new knitters a stress-free experience in learning to knit. Our kit contains everything you need to get started and learn the basic techniques, including how to cast on, knit, purl, cast off, and sewing. It comes with a handy illustrations booklet for those who don't like to read and a simple to follow knitting pattern. You'll be working with gorgeous bamboo knitting needles and super soft, sustainable yarns. It's everything you need to learn to knit or pick up a quick project if you already know how to.
So, I've been working on that, and I'm very embarrassed that it says Easy Plus, which should be easier than easy. And
No, Easy Plus means it's a little bit harder than easy.
Okay, then I don't feel so bad. But it's a cable hat, and then I made a crocheted cable hat as a gift, but I was going to try it on this knitted cable hat. The needles are humongous.
12 millimeter.
That's supposed to make them easier, but I actually find it more difficult. I don't know. And the yarn
Is pilling like nobody's
pills
business.
like crazy. Look at that.
But I like, hey, where am I?
It's nice and soft, but it does pill.
It's 100% sustainable superwash merino. Is it super?
Very
No, it's not
soft,
superwash.
I've done the I've completed the rim
6 times.
several times, and when I get to the cable part, it just goes berserk.
So this
So
is...
I'm gonna take it slow. I wanted to get it done as a Christmas gift for my son, but I don't think it's gonna happen. But it is a work in
Because he
progress.
surprised us and arrived.
Right.
And then we're like, We sent you all your Christmas gifts already.
Well, you know, in Puerto Rico, like we were saying before, it is possible for me to finish. Our Christmas is up until the 6th.
But
he'll only be here to the 5th, which is the day before our Three Kings Day here. But I might be able to finish it.
So, I lied. I do have another work in progress. I remembered looking at all the stuff we have behind us. And it's living in this bag that Kayleen gave me. It's a Molly Klein design bag, and I love it. You guys are gonna laugh so hard when you see this because it is literally just cast on. I've done nothing on it, and I haven't worked on it in a while.
Is that considered a work in progress when you just cast something on and do nothing else to it?
But I haven't had the time, but it counts. And it will be the Barley Hat by Tin Can Knits. It's in their collection, the Simple collection. It's a free pattern. I'm sure most of you have heard of.
And the yarn we purchased it in Brooklyn,
yes,
in New York.
It's Quince & Co. Lock in their Damson colorway. And
just nice, beautiful brown.
No, it's more like a grey purple.
It's okay.
Who's right, Mom or me? Is
Grey
it
purple,
brown or
grey?
grey?
Purple and a little bit of brown.
So, but that is just literally cast on. So that's embarrassing. Sorry, I had to witness that. But the reason that...
It's a winter cast on, so it might be done before winter.
And it's for a cousin, but she doesn't celebrate Christmas. So
right.
It didn't make sense to get it done before Christmas. At least that's my excuse. So
makes sense.
One of the reasons I barely have any works in progress is because I've been working like a crazy elf these past weeks. And I've been trying to get all the projects I can possibly make all done. Especially between all the crafting I did for my boyfriend's birthday, which he loved. So I guess it was a success. So one of the first things I finished, and it's something you haven't seen before because it's a hat, and it's a chunky, bulky hat. This takes me an hour to make. This is in the Lion brand Wool Ease Thick and Quick, and the colorway is called Galaxy. I'm pretty sure it's Galaxy. And it's just got some beautiful stellina in it. So it's 80% acrylic, 20% merino. No, 20% wool. And the reason it's finished but I haven't woven in any ends or anything is because if it doesn't fit her, when she tries it on, then I can just rip it back and do it again. But, oh, I've got a little pin. But you can see it fits like a hat and a beanie should.
I've always thought because it looks so good in hats.
I really like it, actually. I mean, if I was in the States, I would wear this every day. She might find it a bit tight because what I did was use the basic 1 hour chunky beanie pattern from Maggie's Crochet, which is a free video tutorial and a free written pattern. But then I wanted a brim, so what I did was I did front post, back post double crochet, trying to imitate the knit 2 purl 2 rib, the 2x2 rib. So I did 2 front posts, 2 back posts, and that's all finished basically. If she finds it too tight, then I'll just crochet it on a bigger hook, and that'll be that.
Well, we knew that this episode shouldn't be about a lot of works in progress. Hello, it's 2 days before Christmas. It should be about finished objects that we're gifting. So we knew that most of the time would be spent on the finished objects, and so my finished objects, the first one was another pattern from the Crochet Crowd, their cabled crocheted hat, which one thing if I can tell you I found, and it is in the Flowers for Dobie colorway by Little Bean
Loves.
Little Bean Loves. I keep calling it Little Bean Crochet. I don't know.
Well, because she's Little Bean Crochet on Etsy.
Okay, and so I found it very easy to cable with crochet. Much easier than using the knitting cable, holding your stitches in the back while you knit in the front with those big old bulky needles. I don't know if it's better with smaller needles, but that got tight and it got difficult. And then after I had done all the cabling, what did we find out? That I had done the cabling on the back side instead of on the front side.
But that was with the knitting, not with the crochet.
With the knitting. No, this one was straight through it.
But it finished and it needed
the
a pom-pom.
I didn't have a pom-pom maker. We were in New Hampshire when I was working on this, visiting where my sister, those of you that know that she became ill during November. And so this was the project I completed over there. It's a pretty big hat. But look at that. Look at that.
Oh, it looks so pretty. Look at a little pom-pom.
This is for my daughter. I hope she won't be watching this.
She won't. She watched like the first
I
episode.
can't really see because of the...
And if you're watching, look away. Should have said that first.
Beautiful. I thought that's a very nice present for her. And I'm going to leave it on. I don't care if it's a present because it looks very pretty.
So, one thing I managed to finish last night was Mom's Christmas gift.
I'll look away.
You already know what it is, and I need your help holding it. So, it's this that doesn't even fit in the camera. That's, it's the size of my wingspan, basically. And this is the Pomelo Shawl by Elizabeth. Let me check my notes. By Elizabeth Davis Ducherais. And it's a beautiful, easy shawl pattern. It's a free pattern. You can find it on Ravelry. The thing I used was the yarn. The yarn I used was the Wigan Tree colorway by Little Bean Loves, Kayleen by Kayleen. And this is, of course, another Harry Potter colorway. And I had quite a bit left over. So I made that for Mom. But the edging, I didn't have a coordinating fingering weight color. And I ran out of the coordinating. But this, some of you will recognize it. It's a Classic Elite Yarns Silky Lace Alpaca. And it's alpaca and silk. And it's what I used in my Silene shawl.
So the lacing should have been longer.
Yeah, it had more lace. I got about halfway through when I ran out of yarn, but I didn't think it looked too bad. And I just held 2 strands of lace weight yarn together. And it hasn't been blocked.
It is beautiful. Hopefully it won't shrink as much as the...
It won't shrink. It's the ends have been woven in. I just...
It's mine. Why are you taking it away? You said it was mine.
You can't wear it until Christmas. I haven't officially given it to you. Let it go. Let it go. Do you have another finished object?
Yes. And the next finished object that I have actually is an extension from a project I talked about on the Halloween special, where I was working on with a group of students on hexagons. They finished their project. Their project was a cushion. And I also took on this project to create a bathroom rug so that my bathroom would look very Christmassy. And so all of these hexagons were created using the pattern for hexagons of Bella Coco. And my students at school used that pattern, watched the videos, and created their hexagons. And with that, I created this. I joined them also and made the half hexagons also using a combination. She has the instructions for doing a half hexagon. The cushion that I created, I used her half hexagon. But this actual pattern is an adaptation of a quilt, a blanket, a hexagon blanket. And the hexagon blanket is
Harmonious.
The Harmonious Hexagon Quilt. It was published in Keep Calm and Crochet On UK. It was part of a participation of the author in the Stylecraft blog tour 2016. And so Heather, that's Heather of the Keep Calm and Crochet On, gave the instructions for the border. For the half hexagons, I followed hers. And she creates a quilt, I created a rug.
Christmas rug.
A Christmas rug. Okay?
It's hot.
You can continue now.
It's hot. Should. And my last, goodness, this has been a long episode. But my last project to show you guys is a pair of finished socks. And good gracious, am I glad to see these off the needles because I've been working on them since forever. Insert whatever you want between that for and ever. But these are the blueberry waffle socks for my brother. Where you going? I've been abandoned. But these are the blueberry waffle socks pattern that I made for my brother in the Elder Tree colorway, which is yarn dyed by Kayleen, and I love how they turned out. I mean, it's 10 inches of a foot, which I thought was gonna, you know, just be forever, but just look at those lovely variegated colors. And this is in her Luxe sock, so it's a DK, and it's 80-10-10. 80% superwash merino, 10% cashmere, 10% nylon. And these were done in a combination of DPNs and a combination of a 9-inch circular knitting needle. Can I just say that even though these are a tiny bit hard to manage, I sped through that foot, guys, like nobody's business. That's how I got them done so fast, because I had finished the first pair of socks, and then the the second one just turned out much faster. And I felt like I was playing yarn chicken, because this is what I had left of the yarn. There's a 10.5 foot long foot from heel to toe, and add in the 4 inches of leg that I did. So very happy that I was able to get a pair of socks out of just one skein.
Beautiful. I don't know if I'll ever be able to do that, guys, but I am so happy that Clarissa has been able to do these. I mean, she started off knitting by knitting socks, and nobody does that. But it's been good. It's all been good. Very pretty.
If I want this one.
Okay, any other?
I think, stash enhancements. This will be a quick one, guys, because it's been a very long episode, hasn't it?
Yes.
So, stash enhancement. This was
Well,
a
this is
Christmas
actually
gift.
a Christmas gift.
But it's the most useful Christmas gift I've gotten to date, because it's ball winder, and I've decided to wind all the things.
Oh yes, look at the beautiful balls it can wind. It's been a pleasure.
And then Mom's been my Swift.
Yes, but it's so cute. Sorry, Kayleen, but we probably will still continue to use your caking service.
Yes, we will. Speaking of Kayleen, stash enhancements all include Kayleen's yarn. It's her fault. It's entirely her fault. Her Harry Potter colorways are just, I look at them and I say, that's Harry Potter right there. So first up, we have a sock blank. And this is in her everyday sock base, which is 75-25 merino and nylon. And this is called the Black Lake. And look at that, guys. Look at that. It's just so beautiful.
It also amazes me the names that the indie dyers come up with, and well, designers in general, they always name their stuff. I found it so hard when I was making jewelry to name my jewelry.
The best part is that I can just use it as a scarf.
Finished shawl. Look, Katie, you not only sold her a sock blank, you also sold her a finished shawl. How easy is that? Easy peasy. We can just, it's already knit, so why don't we just put a border on it and call it a scarf?
Because I want socks.
Beautiful.
The other one we bought is Molly Weasley, because I'm on a mission to own every single Harry Potter colorway that Kayleen has dyed. And this was just gorgeous, and it reminded me so much of Molly's shawls. So we had to buy two just in case I decided to make a shawl or a pair of socks. I wasn't sure.
Well, it says Molly all over it.
Yep. And the last one is Happy Christmas, Harry, because it's Christmas and it's Harry Potter. Need I say more?
Nope, and it's DK.
DK. Everything else.
Socks.
Yes. So that just brings us up to, you've probably
Our gift exchange.
been seeing this for a while, and Catherine, heads up, this bag is the size that will be making its way to you some point after Christmas because...
Not this bag. This
No.
bag is mine.
Yeah, but this size. Because Mom said...
It's a Snoopy!
Mom said she wanted a big bag, so...
Yep. Because all of the crocheters and the knitters are doing blankets. So I'm going to have to do a blanket too. And where better to put my blanket than in a beautiful Snoopy bag. Just look at that. Look at the inside. His little friend, Woodstock. Snoopy and Woodstock. What more can you ask for? What more can one ask for on a wonderful Christmas than a handmade bag by Crochet Cakes?
Everything matches, all seams.
Beautiful.
And it was a wonderful fabric because the fabric itself was a bit thicker than normal. So I just used a lightweight interfacing, but it's holding up really well and I'm very happy. So yeah, Catherine, fear not, do not be sad. A bag this size will be making its way to you at some point. Merry Christmas.
Thank you, darling. Okay, and for a bag this big, it's not easy to match. Not easy to match. So I had to make 2 bags in order to match up this one.
What?
One of them she caught me making. In this house, it's hard to do surprises. And so it's sitting right up here.
No, if the other one's wrapped up, I don't want to see
The
it.
Nutcracker bag.
Look at that.
The Nutcracker bag. Okay. It is a
Drawstring.
drawstring. Thank you. Drawstring bag. And it's got the nutcrackers. Clarissa's always liked nutcrackers on the outside.
I do
And on
like
the inside,
nutcrackers.
it's just got some Christmas fabric that we picked up while we were in New Hampshire visiting my son.
I
And
mostly like nutcrackers
I
because they crack me up.
almost got it without her seeing it. At the very, very end, she walked in. And so it was no longer a surprise.
I
Very
want
pretty.
it. What does it have inside?
I just put something in it so it would hold up
No.
because this has got
Quilter's back.
quilter's batten, and so it's
Oh, hey guys.
it's got. I had to put something in it. It will stand up. The second
This-
one
no,
is a
it's
total
wrapped.
surprise.
It's
not wrapped.
wrapped.
It's
Yes,
just in a
it
box.
is. Oh,
I only wrapped the top of it, so
but it's
This
for
is,
Christmas.
yes,
I wanna
no,
open
it's
it Christmas
it's
Day.
on your Christmas special, and so you're special. This is a special, and this is a special gift for you. Something that I caught her by surprise with.
What is that? Oh my god! Oh my god! I love it! Oh my god, guys! Who ate all the pizza?
My pizza.
Oh, look at that one! Life is better with sprinkles.
Yes.
Oh, I love it!
This would be her sister talking.
Seriously. She says that a lot.
Okay, the bag was special for me because
Oh, I was looking for
it
So I was making the Snoopy bag and I was looking for the really big
It's got-
zippers. Oh,
an inside zipper bucket.
yay!
And so you unzip and you can put all your specialties
Wait,
inside.
give
the
me,
bag.
I want to see my bag. Oh, that is, how'd you do that?
YouTube University. Thanks for all the people that post videos and tutorials and on YouTube free of charge. I mean, I have no problem with paying when I want to learn something, but it's been fantastic.
Yes, this
Everything you
bag
can
is
learn
just
in a couple of minutes,
fantastic.
something new. Just it's great. It's a great community, and
He got
I
hot
love it.
and he's sitting in the, oh my god, I love puppets.
So Merry Christmas, Claudia.
Thank you. Have a holly jolly Christmas. It's the best time.
Of the year.
Have a holly jolly
Christmas.
Christmas this
Year.
year.
We're bad singers.
Yes.
So that takes us to the end where we wanted to talk a little bit about the podcasters and the podcasting experience of this year.
We do.
Because Clarissa wasn't sure she was going to do it at the beginning.
I just wanted to contribute something
Right,
that
and
nobody was doing. And, you know, it's hard because there are so many great podcasters out there, and you can't
there's
just
nothing
pressure
wrong.
yourself.
She also wanted to share and be shared because there's a lot of work goes into making these podcasts, and anybody who does one knows it. Doesn't matter how much you decide not to edit, it's a lot of work. So she had her frustrations at the beginning, and well, here we are. What is it? 6 months later? 8 months later?
I think my first episode went up in July.
We still are beginners at this. But anyway.
So that brings us up to the end of the podcast, and we just wanted to take this moment to thank everybody who's watched, who's subscribed, who's liked my videos and our Christmas specials and our summer specials and our Halloween specials. We have great fun planning this kind of stuff for you guys, and we hope you enjoyed it. We also wanted to take a moment to thank all the podcasters who
have inspired us and motivated us to keep calm and carry on with the podcasting business.
Because let's be fair, let's be honest. Sometimes it's hard to put yourself in front of the camera and just talk because we think we have nothing to contribute. But I think that crafting is just about sharing and inspiring others and just, you know.
So thank you all for letting us into your homes and letting us share with you, and thank you all for coming into our home and for sharing little bits of our lives and our daily crafting. And we're hoping that you all have a wonderful holiday, whether you celebrate Christmas or whatever it is that you take the time to do during this time of year. Certainly a reflection, because one year ends and another one begins, and lots of New Year's resolutions on our next podcast.
Yeah,
and,
we'll be talking about that. I won't be podcasting again until 2017. This is the last episode for 2016, and because it is the last episode, we wanted to do a little giveaway. So what we will be doing is just pulling
a name from one of the subscribers.
You don't have to comment or join Ravelry or anything. We're just genuinely thanking you, and what we'll be doing is actually 2 giveaways. One is for the Blandala circular pattern that I had shown in my previous podcast that Catherine so kindly and generously donated, and another will be a project bag for somebody out there. Project bag will be a surprise.
Project bag or shopping bag, because I'm into making shopping bags now for
it'll be a sewn handmade
and probably
bag.
a little piece of jewelry.
Yeah.
If you don't like it, if you don't use jewelry, surely you can find somebody to give away to, because that's part of what we've learned in all this experience. The gift of giving is not only giving to someone, but that one will pass it on to another person, and the giving continues and continues. So,
and I think it's essential in these hard times. Most of us seem to be facing lots of governmental insecurities, not only in the United States or in Puerto Rico, but all over the world. And I think crafting just provides a space for us to be ourselves and not be afraid of being judged, and keep passing the craft love and forward, and just hope, you know.
So
'tis a season of hope, and everything, the last thing we should lose is hope.
The last thing. So thank you, Little Bean Crochet.
Thank you, Emma from Potter and Bloom.
Thank you, Joanne from Stitching the High Notes. I really loved your Christmas season Vlogmas. It was great.
Thank you, Catherine from Crafternoon Treats.
Thank all of you for being with us. And
thank you, Katie from Inside Number 23. You, Catherine, and the Baker Bears were the ones who inspired me to start my own podcast. So you all have a special place in my heart.
I also want to thank Hook and Books.
Hook and Books, Sarah.
Sarah from Hook and Books, thank you for being a new podcaster, for taking it on to join this community, and for all the great things you contribute week after week with your projects and knitting and your worries and your preoccupations, and letting us in to help you, giving you ideas and just helping each other out. So thank you all.
Have a happy Christmas.
Have a very Merry season.
Have a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy Hanukkah, Happy whatever you celebrate, and Feliz Navidad.
Happy crafting.
Happy crafting, most of all. Feliz Navidad.
Bye.
Bye.
Have a Merry Christmas.
It's the best time
of the year.